Hey yo, welcome back to the Pac-Man special, people. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very special guest. He was my teammate in Team Wars. This is Andrew Klinger. He actually got 5th place in Gen Con on Sunday. What's up, Andrew? What's going on?
Hey man, not much. Just packing, getting ready to go to the Ozarks for a week.
Okay, nice.
Maybe
nice.
there's Dragon Ball out there. Might look for that. Probably not. Though.
Hey, well, hey, be on
with the family.
Definitely, you want to spend time with the family. Be on the lookout for those premium pack, the movie editions, because they got like a RR Gamma leader inside of them, some new promos. I've been seeing that run around. But let's
That's
go.
My wife is she wanted to go to the movie.
You gonna take her?
She's like, no, I'm good. I think I won't.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, at least she gave you an answer and didn't just blow you off or anything. But yeah. As far as Gen Con, you know, we had a blast. It ramped up every day as we talked about like earlier and stuff. What made you play Yellow Trunks?
Well, yeah, as you said, I have played Yellow Trunks, and I feel like going into it, it had the most fair matchups overall. And that's a big part. I didn't want to be just like have a bad matchup. And Gamma's a pretty tough matchup. U7 going second can be tough too. So it's not necessarily, in my opinion, like the triangle format. There are 3 heavily represented decks, but I feel like they all have a fair chance at beating each other. So, yeah, and I think that Trunks is definitely a good shot.
Yeah, Trunks is a super good shot. I've been playing it a lot lately as well. I didn't just take it with me because I just didn't want to do all the mirror matches. But let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. By the way, also congratulations on getting your invite and getting 5th place with the dope mat as well. Let's go ahead and see your take on the list.
Yeah, for sure. So opening up, it's pretty standard. You know, you just got your 1-drops. You got the Trunks and the Vegetas. Some people play 7, I noticed. I think that if you're at 50, like hard 50 deck, you can definitely probably just play 7. But I like yellow cards too much. There's too many answers to things. So I'm above 50 cards. I believe I'm 54 or 55.
Okay.
And so I had to go at 8, you know?
Right. You draw a ton, so you're fine.
Right. And especially one thing going to a trick, like get in the habit of like when you're searching for your 1-drops, like make sure you're counting how many you have left in your deck. Make sure they're all accounted for, because you don't want to like go through, you know, banking on a 1-drop being in your deck and then not being there. Get in the habit of like, I always count my Trunks first, then my Vegetas. You know, set those kind of habits for yourself.
Okay, that's a good habit to have.
Yeah, and then obviously we have the evolved targets, 4 of each. Yeah, I mean Trunks obviously good. If you don't know, the first card they play gets played in rest mode, so. In a mirror match, it's kind of a dead card because they're always just going to swing leader first. And it's like, okay, well, you can't choose a barrier card and it's already played in rest mode, so that's cool. But, you know, it's super annoying for your opponents to work around. And then, of course, Vegeta to take advantage of that to swing in and kill anything in rest mode ignoring barrier. So,
yep. 2 broken cards, man.
For the deck. Next, I think we're going to go into the extra card. Oh, no, here we go. We have 8-drop Trunks and Vegeta. This card can swing as a triple strike crit and also kill a card in rest mode. If you do get negated, you can just save that for their turn.
Right.
And when they swing with a big bomb, you can just be active battle, KO it because it's in rest mode now, you know?
Right.
So that's kind of a sneaky move you can do.
I really do love that card a lot in the deck as a 1-of. Mainly because if I have 2 evolved targets, I was able to fuse over them, and I can use that effect twice.
Right, exactly. We got extra card package now. We got the 1 pure power of Super Saiyan, of course.
Yeah, secret rare of extra cards.
Mode. Yeah, it's good. 3 black Kamehameha. I was working with just 2 for a while, but I think that this card is just 2 value. You know, really good card to play on defense. You know, even on offense, some people had to read like, oh, it does what now? Because, you know, killed the card in rest mode that's greater than their energy. So definitely. Some people forgot about that. I am mainboarding 2 Tyrannical Blow. I think that floodgate battle cards are way too prevalent to not be doing that.
Right.
And unfortunately, this does not work against Oceanus. Found out that at Gen Con, so that was a little bit of a bummer, but, you know, it's good regardless. 2 negate token blockers. Every deck's going to run these. I think 2 of.
Right.
If you're not putting yourself down to 5, I think you just run 2 of. If you go down to 5 with a deck, probably 3 is a safer bet.
Makes sense.
And then I kind of did this really funky thing for best of 1, where I just kind of played a bunch of 1-ofs and then had the other pair, the rest of the pair in the sideboard. So.
Okay.
Depending on the matchup, I would just go swap out like 7 to 8 cards every time. And I think I would like be super prepared for the matchup, but really I was just fixing my deck how I wanted to be fixed,
Yeah.
Just in case it got into top cut and I didn't want to not see something that I was wanting, So,
right. So you basically use your side deck as a true toolbox.
Right. So I got the Release from Evil, Vegeta's Final Flash. Release from Evil is popping up in the meta right now. It's crazy good. Unisons. We've got Unison of Fury and Trunks. I feel like I was worried more so about having to play from behind. So I mainboarded these instead of the Gohan Unison, just because Unison of Fury can put in a lot of work. I played this card way more than I thought I was going to. I played it against U7, played it against Gamma. Those 8 drops, those big bombs. I was worried about Sin. I think everybody was kind of moderately worried about Sin, but I don't think it showed up at all. But
yeah,
great.
I think I played Sin 1 time, and that was on day 1, and I hadn't seen it since.
yeah. It's a deck, people gotta respect it. And then 1 Basil, 1 Vegeta striving to be the best. So this striving to be best really comes up clutch in the mirror match. I'm expecting people to side in Slug Package. So having this already in my deck works wonders. And then Basil, obviously, great card, 19k dual attack, draw a card.
Makes sense.
And then I have another copy of these in the sideboard. And then I decided to mainboard 2 of these Gohans in case I ran into hand control in Top Cut. Didn't have a Top Cut in Sunday's event, unfortunately, but these just you'll see, I have Bulmas in the side. These just came out every time because I didn't really play against green.
Makes sense.
Yep, and then Robotic Repose 4 of. Great card. A little hesitant to play it sometimes, especially against red, because you just expect the Vegeta, so that's when you hold on to the Black Kamehameha. There's definitely more value there. You can't counter that.
Right.
But obviously a great staple for the deck. 2 Coolers, you gotta be doing it.
You gotta be doing it.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, Cooler's really good, man. Cooler's really good right now.
Yeah. You get to later turns and that guy just becomes like a monster.
Makes sense.
So I was actually, something I mentioned before, so I was boarding the Slug Package. This came up a fair amount. It didn't really necessarily lock anybody out forever, but it definitely made it hard, for them to play sometimes. And this 1 drop has a different effect. You can't only play this 3-drop, it can also tap a battle card, and that came up as well. I was playing a guy who played a Black Mass Saiyan, and I played this on turn 1, and then activated it on turn 2 to kill the Black Mass Saiyan, and he was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that you can do that effect. They forget about reading the rest of the card.
Yeah. In fact, you got to know about that when you're playing it, because if they go to counterplay, then you just say, okay, I'm going to choose to tap a card. Otherwise, you have to put that slug in your drop.
Right.
And then I got some 1-ofs. Got the Bergamo, super great against blue. Tapping their energy. Red, I could side this out. I feel like it's going to go, they're going to be tapping out pretty much on their turn anyway. And
right.
I don't know. It's you're so on the back foot.
Yeah, it's just a necessary evil.
Yeah. 1 poutine. Some people are not playing this anymore. Some people are playing 2 of. I think 1's great because people are going to play around Trunks. So, example, if you take a U7 turn 4, you can, if the Trunks on board, they can't just slam down their 8-drop and expect to attack with it, right? They have to wait to turn 5.
Right.
Well, that's when you hit them with the poutine. They play their 1-drop with that ability, it taps it. That's when you slam down the poutine, and now they're delayed another turn. Sorry. So that's why I really like the 1-of. You just save it for the perfect timing when you're feeling a little suspect.
Right.
Makes it feel safer. Overwhelming choice, I have Miro Assault from the Skies. Yeah, I was at Creator Absorbed.
We talked about that during Team Wars.
Yep, exactly. So I kept the same deck during Team Wars and singles because having Creator Absorb makes you just also want to play Champa and because you're going for that dream turn 5. They're at 2 life kill where it's can't be negated because you're cooler counter,
Right.
and then double strike Mira. It sounds cool, but like I think the game is won way before then, and I'm not looking to steal games. I'm looking to win games. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
So one free combo card versus 2 off-color costed combo cards is way better in my opinion.
Right.
And then a Mutaito as well. Definitely for just U7.
Yeah, you definitely have all the one-ofs.
Yeah, and then super combos. I got the 3 Vegetas and 1 Gohan Piccolo.
And why'd you go with Vegeta over Krillin?
So actually, I was at 1 Krillin. I won't lie, but when I got home, I found this pre-release one. But these are all the ones I could get. You're at 6th life. Some people are going to push you down, but not very often.
Right.
Like I said, the game's kind of decided before then, and to have that advantage of just being able to super combo while at 6th life is definitely important.
That makes sense. And you said you had the Bulma in the side deck?
Yeah, so 1-drop bonus. So I had the side deck, but before we move on, I would like to just point out that this card is absolutely busted.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody needs to play this in yellow.
Best yellow SCR right now. That is the baby hatch of yellow.
Yeah. And it's just like, especially with this leader, because you're gonna swing, and then you're gonna have a rest mode 4K and an active mode 4K. You can swing with that 4K and make it a 34K attack, so it's a relevant attack as well. I did that a couple times. That was really sick move.
Nice.
And then going to the sideboard. So 2 Bulmas is basically the main board, but just in case Hand Destruction was in top cut. Look at top 7. Also a reason to play the other super combo. Your super combo or top 7 for a Vegeta or a Trunks. So it's nice when you find your super combo off that. You got your Final Flash release from Evil again. You got your Vegeta starting the best. Your Basil, your Vegeta, and your Trunks Unison. Those are all the 1-ups that I had in the deck that I just paired up when I felt the need to.
Makes sense.
And then we got 2 Gohans in the sideboard. Going forward, main board, I think I would put 1 of these in for sure. This card came up super clutch against yellow, especially because they're going to look to riposte you. And this guy doesn't care about riposte at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you do have to swing with your leader before you even play this card. Otherwise, they might have power of a Super Saiyan, and then there goes your triple attack on the use. And
Yeah.
a really slick move is doing Unison of Fury to stall them out, and then protecting it with just 1 marker left, and then you can slam this in power 1, then you're already at your 4 markers to -3.
That's crazy.
But I've definitely spent 4 on him many times.
Makes sense.
And to finish it out, we got 1 more cooler for blue matchups. Annihilation Goku, really slick card. You just put your opponents in such bad position.
Yeah. When I played Xeno Sin, I hated that card.
I was doing great against a Gamma player in Team Wars, and then unfortunately I played a 4th battle card, which was the Bulma, and I learned real quick that you don't want to have 4 on the board because then you can just get commied.
Yeah, Kami is a thing.
That was my winning position. And then I got 2 Jiren. Looking forward to turning the tide ban, so we just can all stop siding this in against that,
Makes sense.
And then 1 Topo Justice Forsaken is kind of the spicy sideboard card that I never got a chance to play.
What made you side that?
Yeah, so I was thinking if I had to play against Bulma, and then if I had just a field of blockers, I think the Trunks Unison would be able to clear out a few, by himself, but tap 5 for this, it switches him all the rest mode ignoring barrier, and then he's a triple strike for 30k. Ooh. So, they wouldn't have a chance to block with it. I know my camera quality is not the best, but, his name is Topo Justice Forsaken, for those at home that want to look him up.
Nice. He came in the draft box, right?
Yeah, draft box 2. Yep.
Nice. Well, that's definitely a very, very, very solid deck list. I love the fact that you truly utilize Yellow's toolboxery. I know that's not a real word, but you definitely utilize it to having your 1-ups in the main and then the extras in the side. I can't wait to see what you bring to Nats. I think that's going to be super dope. I do want to go over your matchups if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Nats, I mean, it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to do Go Tanks. We'll see how it goes, but like that's my guy. You know, that's where I played at last Nats, so gotta try to see if I can go back to back with him.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as matchups, speaking of which, first round I got to play Green Go Tanks. This guy was awesome. So I was like, no way, man. This is like my favorite deck. And, you know, it's unfortunate that it's also my favorite deck, and he's playing against a guy whose his favorite deck is his own deck. You know, so. You know, he had a tough turn one, and I developed a slug on him, and there was just no chance in that matchup for him then at that point.
Oof.
Round two, played a yellow baby, the Take a Life, Stand Your Leader one. That one, a red-yellow list. He actually swarmed the field like crazy. Mad props to his deck building. That was very, very creative. And he resolved heartfelt plea. I mean, he was doing things. He went to the 6-drop baby twice. I was able just to keep tapping his stuff, you know, and get into it. It was a close game, but pulled out the win there. Okay. Third round was Gamma, George Machado. Lost by 5K.
It always sucks to lose by 5K.
Yeah. So this was my only loss of the day, and it was by 5K. So that was, I'm not too mad. It was a great game, you know. It was good to meet him and joke around with him at his booth after the fact.
Yeah, definitely shout out George. That's PPG's owner.
Yep, exactly. Round four, a Soul Striker deck sitting at 3-1. I was impressed by this guy's deck building too. He played some Awakening Talent Pans. I know there's a different blue card that just stands at the end of turn that maybe might be a slight. Maybe he plays that one too. I don't know. But he was able to develop a lot of pressure and also put 2 Black Mass Saiyans on the field in his first few turns. So not only did I deal with the first one, then he slammed another one, and it's a nuisance, but it just, yeah, we can work around it in our deck. It definitely slows us down.
Yeah, 100%. I hate it when people put BMS on the board. It was like I need to find my Black Kamehameha so I can nuke this guy.
Yep. Great reason to have Slug in your main board, though. Right there. There's your expensive answer, but it's an answer nonetheless. And then the last 2 rounds were the 2 guys I was sitting down next to before the tournament even started, David Jung and Legends. David was playing U7, got the win there, and then Legends was on his infamous Invoker deck and got the win there as well.
Nice, you got Legends. That's what's up. Yeah, they're both really cool dudes. I've had the honor to talk to all of them. But it sounds like you definitely had to run through a nice little gauntlet there to get to, the 5th place and get your invite.
Yeah, it was definitely a variety. I'm glad I didn't run into too much Gamma besides like once every day. But no, it was a great event. Obviously, it was definitely better than my Thursday going in. I faced kind of a few rounds of some ringers, and I was a little out of practice, but I ramped up throughout the weekend. And overall, had a great time.
That's what's up. Well, like I said earlier, definitely congratulations. I'm super happy for you, and I was actually glad to really meet you. Maybe at another Team Wars event, we can link up or do something together. But yeah, do you have any shout-outs you want to give out?
Shout-outs to the 5 random guys I picked up in Illinois on my way there, so I didn't have to drive alone.
Makes sense.
I forgot my playmat. Yeah, I picked up my playmat, and he's like, hey, use my store's playmat. So I got shout-out to Over the Top Games for letting me use their playmats. Shout-outs to Sioux Falls and the Hermit Style people. You guys were awesome. I'm glad I got to meet you both. Yeah. You and Luis, and we had a great time.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully to get you back on the channel soon, and I can't wait to see you at Nats, buddy.
Yeah, catch you later.